Hello, everybody, and welcome to another stream this Sunday. So I did resume some of the work on the kind of the beginning sequence of the game. Uh, the, I did discover some of the issues that I'm going to need to fix, but I can show you how the game will start and kind of tell you some of the things that I'm currently working on. And hopefully I'll be able to address those. I kind of went down a rabbit hole last night with kind of the underwater material, and I spent way too much time on it. Uh, with these post-process materials, they're extremely, I think they're the most complex materials that you ever get to work with. So yeah, without further ado, let's get to it. And this is how the game is gonna start. So you're gonna get to the main menu, of course, and in this case, is just this little button here that starts the game itself. So there's a loading screen, and when you start the game, you're gonna be in, like I said, in the plane, right? So you're gonna follow the spline that the plane is gonna, kind of move along. And it's moving a little slower right now. Just I was trying to do some troubleshooting on it. But once the plane will get to certain points on the map that I've kind of predefined, and when it gets to those points, you'd be able to press E and just jump out of the jump out of the airplane. So for example, um, I've placed one here, and this is something that I'm kind of currently working on. I'm not entirely sure why it's not um, triggering. So when the plane overlaps with it. But let's take a quick look and see if we can discover some of the issues with this one. Um, and try and see if I can at least get the kind of the exit or the jump out of the airplane to work. So bear with me for a second here. Hey, Funky Pants, welcome, welcome. Because one of the things that I'm kind of thinking might happen is this this guy here. I just fear that it's actually kind of falling to the ground. Like the physics are activated on it, and that's I'm thinking that's what might be causing some trouble with it. So let's take a look. Okay, so now it's in place, so you can see that little um, cube right there. So what I'm hoping is once I overlap with it, um, there we go. So I can jump. So the game also the time slows down a little bit, and allows you to decide whether to jump out of the airplane or not. So that's what you can do at that point. And now, I'm still working on how the spline for the flight path is going to take place. Like kind of um, most likely it's going to be completed because right now, I'm going to run into a tree, even though, of course, there's no physics or anything like that. But so the spline is going to kind of weave in and out over the terrain and then hit those points where you can actually jump out of the airplane. So let's see if I can figure this out real quick as far as the jumping points go. Let me see, because I did make some adjustments here, and I'm afraid that I lost control over the player. Let me try something. Um, Hey, Krem, hello, welcome. And let's take a look. So, for example, the plane itself is not getting any input from the player, which is good. But I'm also losing. I'm also losing the kind of the control over the player. So let's what I'm trying to do is I need to have control over the player, like input control, like I have now, which with the player is kind of it's badly positioned. But I think at this point I might not really. I still don't have control over him. And why is that? It's kind of how it goes sometimes, you work on so many things that and we were just talking about this in yesterday's stream that you work on so many things that you end up um, breaking some other things that you don't realize until later in. So let's take a look. We can try and see if I can fix this. I don't really have airplanes. It's kind of just the entry sequence. Hi, Technify. It's just the entrance sequence to the game, and I mean that's how you start the game basically through jumping out of the airplane at different points on the map. And what I'm trying to figure out is I have this running into this issue with um, this this character, and I'm actually gonna try and kind of steal something from the vehicle and see if I can make it work. So bear with me for hopefully not too long. And hopefully we can get the jump to happen. All right, let me take a look. Hey, Helion, aloha. Welcome, welcome. All right, well, let's try to get some of the functionality from because this is also a vehicle, even though it's not, you can't drive it like the car. Um, I want the player to be able, when you hit E on your keyboard to actually jump, so that way, so um, the plane itself would get input. And basically, you could potentially make it so that you can fly the airplane, but that's just a whole not a different. I mean, with the car, it's basically like forward and backwards, right? With the airplane is way too much extra stuff, and it's a limited area. Um, like thinking of an airplane, I'm thinking of like the first thing that comes to mind from recent is Far Cry 5, and that's a huge map. I mean, I think my map is like smaller than one of the little air zones in Far Cry 5. So, and of course, they have a lot of non-navigable area outside of the map that you get to see. With this one, it's still kind of limited. So let me try and put this in here when you actually enter the airplane. Hopefully it might help with being able to control this. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, but um, I had to have a way to get the player in the game, and I think having multiple locations that you can start the game from might be something interesting, and kind of gives a little bit of different approaches to things. So bear with me for a quick second. Hopefully, um, mm, yeah, and one thing that I did forget is that I can't really possess the airplane because it's not a pawn. The car is a pawn, and so while I'm in the plane, the player itself still has to have the controller of the player still has to have possession, so that you'd be able to control the player. The car is a pawn, so that way you can possess it and like drive it around with the controls. The plane is just a regular actor that I attach the character to at the beginning of the game, and that's why you can see that he kind of flying with the plane, and that's the kind of a little bit of the difficulty here. All right, let's try this out. Uh, why? And trying to copy something from the car blueprint, I managed to um, delete one of the links, and it just went kind of bad. All right, let's see. So now I'm in the plane, so I can look left and right, but I still can't control this. Let me go into my player and see if I actually get the interaction for it. So 1 second. Where's my player? So input action interaction. All right, let's take a look and see if I just did like a quick print string when I press the interact button, and let's see if I'm getting the the thing to print. Okay, so that's getting. So what I'm assuming is when I overlap this box, um, so let's take a look at this. So I got this plain jump point. So what happens is, and apologies, there's kind of a little bit of prototyping that I was trying to do. So basically what happens is when you overlap the sphere, you set the value on the plane that you can jump, um, and then, kind of just slowing, with this set global time dilation, you just kind of slow the time down so you can actually get the chance to hit E and jump. But now what I'm trying to do is like when you press E, you should be able to jump out of the airplane. And unfortunately, that is not so like on the plane itself, I'm setting this variable to can jump. Let's take a look at the plane and see about this variable to exit vehicle. Hey, Darkside, welcome. Right, so what happens is on the airplane, um, when I can jump, like this, I have this function to exit vehicle, and I just um, well, I have a couple of things that I might not need because I was trying to set the camera to the plane, so you can only look inside the plane, and I might need to revisit that, but it was working pretty well with the player camera, so probably no need for this. But once that happens is I'm just going to detach from actor, and I believe this, I might have changed this to be detach from component. So let me try and detach from everything here. So DarkSide, I actually learned it by doing, and that's kind of my the way that I learn. Um, and um, it's also spending some time. Luckily, or unluckily, so to speak, however you want to look at it, I did have some experience with Unreal, so or not Unreal, but CryEngine prior to getting into Unreal, and so some of the concepts were there, so it came in a little bit easier, and then just you know picking up blueprints, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe wasn't doing this earlier. Hey, Muntasir, welcome. What's up? What's up? Going on okay. I'm just trying to set up this plane jump here for my airplane. But I'm just struggling a little bit um with the interaction, and I'm gonna need to try and track it down. Um, and dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's try and do a find in blueprints. and see if I can figure out this exit vehicle function, where this might get called. Because it works in a similar fashion with the SUV car. Oh, yeah, that was a great idea. That's I didn't even think of that. Thank you. I've just been like doing it in such a way that yeah, that was I didn't even think of doing that. Thank you. So exit vehicle. It's only this one. Oh yeah, and that's how it goes, right? With you learn every day. Like um, I um, I was saying earlier that I wish I would have had this already done to show it a little bit, more in depth and not just, okay, here's the plane flying, but you can't really jump because the functionality is not working. And I kind of went down a rabbit went down a rabbit hole last night or yesterday with post-process volumes for the underwater, for the water bodies. There's like you can swim, and if you go underwater, I just went down a rabbit hole with trying to make those look a little bit better, and I ended up, going back to square one anyways. But that was a few hours that I was like, okay, I learned something, but those post-process materials are just crazy. I think that's the um, most complicated part of Unreal to me, at least. Everything else is easy. It's um, the post-process materials is just a different ball game. I can understand everything else. The materials, you know, not so much. Um, so Muntasir, yeah, definitely. I can try and give you some pointers. Do you have me on Discord? We can definitely have a chat. Um, okay, so let me see. So we're exiting the vehicle. Um, so it works on here. Man, why is this so difficult? Oh, perfect. Yeah. So just ping me on there. We can have a chat after the stream. Um, right on. So let's try and do a little bit of what I'm gonna try and do is let's do a little bit of debugging. Let's see where these things are going. So let's start the game. Yeah, so what's happening is, um, you're flying the airplane, the player is not properly positioned. So when you press jump, here in my main player is like I've set up these kind of test cases where it's like interacting with dog, NPC, and if it's a push object, and then this one, it's interact dot with the object, but it's not uh, actually. Let me see something. Um, I don't think I had this implemented in my thing. So do I have that in here? Um, Apparently I don't. So basically, when you're inside the vehicle, you can have two interacts, right? So the interact dot is going to come from the player when it's being possessed, and the E is going to be when you actually possess the vehicle. Um, so it's doing this as expected. And what it needs to do is at the start of the game, the plane itself should be the actor to interact with. So let me try something real quick. So here, bear with me for a second. And then the interact dot, let's place this in the down plane. So actually when you interact with, and am I implementing that interface? I am not. Let's see, what was the name of it? This one's a pawn inventory interface. Okay. So let's add, because this one is like, my interface to, to trigger interactions with objects and stuff. Interact dot, nope, I want to implement it. Was it in the functions? Where did I implement this? Dot, there we go. So when this one's being called, let's call exit vehicle. Let's see if this one gets called. All right. So starting the game. Okay, so we know that this one's being called, and I think that actually did something. Yeah, it did. Okay, perfect. So I am detaching for the plane. It's just that, whoa, I'm not properly detaching, but it looks like I am exiting the airplane. So, which is what I wanted. Now, the problem with that is that exiting the airplane is not, it doesn't look like it's behaving as I was hoping it would. So we're detaching from things, but I don't think I need to detach from actor since I was just attaching to component. And that's also another whole different like kind of ball of wax, like attaching to component or attaching to actor. Where does it attach it to the actor? Sometimes it's easier to have it attached to actor and like have it as a skeleton because you can get a um, like a bone or like a socket to attach to. Um, so we're detaching from component when we're going to be able to jump. But in here, we don't want to be able to jump at all times. So this one's going to be, let's do a branch and can jump. This is going to be the one that gets set to true when you overlap with that little box. And at that point, I'm going to be able to exit the vehicle. Or in this case, the plane. So right now I'm trying to interact, but it can't jump because it's not in that zone. So now I can jump. There we go. And it's jumping, but it didn't really come to a complete halt like on the ground. I'm gonna try and don't think there's any collisions here that would impact that. Doesn't look like it. Well, so it is like the ALS has that kind of the jumping sequence, or like the not or in a jumping mode, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm doing something wrong when it comes to the jump. Um, so one of it is I don't think I'm going to be needing these, and it should in theory fall to the ground. Let me try something. Component. It didn't look like, I don't think it probably got detached. That's the thing. Um, so this is gonna be from component layer location. Yeah, so this is my actor that's currently attached to the plane. But I wanted to detach from, let me try and do the detach from actor here. And when I actually, I'm going to try and attach actor to actor, even though it's going to be kind of probably positioned pretty odd. So it did have that part where it was like flapping his arms, but it it did hit something so the physics part of it, I think. So let's see, we can interact. There we go. So this is what I was looking for. And unfortunately, it just like the the fall height was just a little too big, and it died. So what I wanted to do is I'm gonna need to address that so that it's it's gonna fall, but then you get up basically. So and what I wanted to do is also move this. Let's see if he kind of took a while to fall, I guess. Gravity scale is 1, which is, I believe, proper for the gravity scale values. Let me try and create another kind of drop point. So this would be another one over here. Gonna try and overlap it with the spline, which is not the easiest thing that I can try and do, but luckily, you can definitely tell when something is like this line is overlapping this cube, which it would kind of turn into like a grayish outline. And it's almost in place. I mean, they do overlap. So let me see if I spend enough time in the airplane to get to that point. All right, so this one's here. I should have make it move a little quicker because it's just really, it already looks like it flies in slow motion before this. Let me see if I can adjust that real quick. Um, Follow spline path. Did I not set away? Um, was it the amount to move? Can't remember if this one was kind of the speed or like a speed-ish equivalent. Oh yeah, I think that's okay, that's better. I just need to set the time dilation a little bit stronger once it hits hey, dude, where are you going? Why is it it's not following the spline anymore? What the heck? It did follow it to that point. Come on. Oh, I was still in game mode. I was trying to enter game mode again. Ah, that is definitely kind of odd why it doesn't, I'll have to look into that and see why that's happening, why it doesn't follow the spline all the way. I mean, or not, it doesn't follow it properly. So yeah, the other thing that I didn't get to enable is, yeah, so that one, that sphere is being triggered, but it's not going to the next one. Okay, so something to look into. Let me try that sphere again and jump out. All right, so falling, falling, falling. And then you get the message to actually get up. But the only, let me quickly exit out of this. Um, But right now, I believe that the player, the main player is actually dead. So what I need to do is actually when it hits the ground, there's this kind of like just kind of a blanking out, passing out kind of sequence, and then you get to start the first mission, right? Uh, yeah. So that's kind of the intro sequence that I wanted to show at the beginning of the stream. We did get to fix a couple of things, which is great. That's always good to have. So for the remaining of the stream, I was thinking of continuing on with that little bunker entrance that we worked on yesterday, and kind of finishing that off, um, and also seeing if we can navigate the cars through, because I don't think we got to that point. So let me adjust the terrain here a little bit, or not adjust, but like try and clean up this entrance. And first, let me make sure that we're in dev mode and that we spawn at the right location. Let me grab the player. Oh, and by the way, this is kind of how under the water looks. It's a little dark at the moment, but I have a little bit of a plan for that when you enter the water. Okay. So let me see where the um, start point is, because it should have been somewhere around here-ish. Oh, there we go. I was just having a hard time seeing it. So we'll try and place this close to the bunker entrance. And also the other thing that I wanted to test is this entrance as well. So let's do that real quick. Like how easy it is to climb down that. That would be kind of the kind of a secondary approach to whatever's happening down in the bunker at first. And the what I do need to have is to also, in my persistent map, to load these other two areas related to the bunker. And let me see, did I already try doing that? No, I only have the bunker level. So I have a couple of other ones that are attached to the bunker, being these access tunnels. So let me see if I got the proper naming for these. And a very silly thing that I've noticed with Unreal, if you're not in the viewport and you click on one of the other tabs here, like I can see the levels, but if I click on these tabs, I can't see the levels window anymore, which is, I'm not sure if it made sense to even the person that did it. All right, well, let's take a look at these levels that I want to load. So they're related to this, like the bunker parking garage and the bunker corridor entrance. All right, so let me load these real quick. So bunker, parking garage level. And then it's going to be the bunker corridor entrance. And bunker. And this will also test some of the custom movement that you're going to get to climb around here. So bunker corridor entrance. All right, let's make sure that I'm loading all of these. Loading the map, gas station. Come on. All right, let's see if I actually got everything in place as far as loading the levels. The one thing that I do need to address is this little ladder here I don't think it's positioned really well. Let me try and adjust it a little bit. All right, let's see how that looks. I thought that did I not set this to be, oh, my bad. I forgot to change it from, nope, it was in dev mode, so that should be the right one. Let's try it again. Because I should not be able to interact with the menu. There, I should be right here, but I'm guessing that the lighting level did not load. Let me check on that real quick. Where is it? Oh, lighting level here. Why did I disconnect it? So that and the map. All right, let's try that again. Yeah, this is what I should be seeing while some of the other levels are loading. There we go. Okay, so the entrance would be down here. And that was not really what I was hoping to get out of that. It was kind of a little bit weird. Like it works fine. It's just the positioning of the actual ladder equipment. Whoa. And I went through the map, which is normal. The positioning of the ladder is not perfect here, especially when it comes to um, not having a direct platform here. So let's see if I can, and also this little guy does not have, I believe, the best of collisions. Let's take a look at it. Collision, show simple collision. Yeah, that's not really what I wanted. Like especially around the lip here, I don't think I want that much of collision. But for now, I'll probably try and address it later. But I was able to get down there. Let's try this again. All right, so all right, and yep, at least I didn't fall all the way through. And it should be able to grab onto those like these little carabiners here. Not sure if you're able to see it. and kind of just, oh yeah, so this cast fail on zone did not work so well. So it should be able to kind of just engage these and kind of move down through this down to this platform. Ah, come on. So down to this platform from here through this kind of uh, this fan blade. Just move down on down there. The problem is that it's having some troubles with these holds. Let me try and bypass this NPC focus. This was something that I've added to the character so that when it looks at a particular grab point, that it would be able to start climbing. Um, I'm actually wondering if I might have removed this NPC focus. Um, oh yeah, I guess I have. So let's try with this NPC focus dialog. Um, it's probably named a little bit different, but let's try just with the player itself and see if it can engage those grab points. I think I might be loading a little bit too many levels at this point. All right, let's get in here. Whoa. Well, hey, at least I didn't go all the way down. Let's see, can we make it so that we're not falling through the rest of the world? Let's just try and place some blocking volumes around this for now. At least the fall, hopefully it's going to be a little contained. Because currently I don't have any collisions on this this kind of bunker type of corridor cylinder. So while I fixed okay, well that's good. And that's what I was hoping to see. It's kind of engaging these climb points. Kind of a little kludgy though. And it's oh yeah, so it's a little weird that it's um, how it's acting when it's trying to get off of the point. And one of the issues that looks like it happens. Let's see if oh, it's the end overlap. Let's also try and like use this one instead of this NPC focus. Is once it was trying to exit the point, that cast was probably failing as well. So let's see how that works now. Hey, Omiyaki, welcome. All right, so again with the control fall. All right, so let's climb down. And why is it not able to drop off of this? Yeah, that's all odd. Hopefully the angles should get reset once I climb down the ladder. There we go, that's better. All right, so as we go down into the bunker here, I guess I do need those these kind of blockers. Let's see, can I call the elevator up? I think the elevator is kind of turned off. How about now? All right, there we go. So the elevator is coming up. And these doors, I'm not sure why I ended up leaving them open like this. And why is this not allowing me to interact with it? Okay, something to look into why that issue happens there. The collision seem to work okay. These lights are a little too bright, so I need to adjust some of that. And let's see, almost down to the bottom. All right, and here's the bunker interior here. This is kind of the engineering sort of mechanical level end of the bunker. Oh, and look, there's the dog, but he'll get to be there a little bit later on. This is just kind of bypassing a bunch of stuff. Hey Wolf, welcome. It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. Welcome to the stream. All right, so this is the other elevator in the bunker that you can use as well. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's offline at the moment. So I guess stairs it is. All right, so this is the other level. This is more of like the rooms and like I was gonna say the people quarters, where people would live. There's like a little bit of a storage facility here. Well, you'll get to interact with one of these guys in one of the missions. Um, and then down here should be, I guess there's one of the NPCs with no head. Okay, that's normal. All right, and one of the kind of the inhabitants area. All right. So yeah, that's oh, and I forgot. I didn't go to the other exit. Let's try that because I completely forgot about it. I was just walking around the bunker and I completely forgot about testing the other exit, like the one um, through the garage, which I'm hoping that oh, it's missing some pieces. Oh, damn it. I don't think I can jump that far. That's another ending of it. Nope, I cannot jump that far. But it's you know, kind of coming from one end to the other. It seems to be working okay. Let's see if we can enter through the other through the parking garage entrance. You know, at first just by walking. We'll try with the vehicle as well. But I just wanted to make sure that the collisions with the terrain are not affecting it. So that entrance would be kind of around here, I think. So down the hill. Somewhere around here, I think. Oh yeah, I think this is it here. I should have put the player a little closer, but I guess a little bit of walking around is healthy. All right, so the entrance looks pretty good. Quite okay with that. Okay, that's not too bad. That works. I need to add the kind of the footstep sounds as well to re-enable those. And that smoke actually, you know, will kill me if I sit there for too long. So I'm not gonna try that. Whoopsie. How did I teleport myself there? Yeah, I think the collisions for this particular set of stairs is pretty bad. So just the way it comes from, sometimes stuff that comes from the marketplace are not always perfect, but definitely good to work with. Ah, there we go. I could have gone this way. All right, and a little bit of whoa, no collisions on that plane. Yeah, Miyagi, it is single player. Yes. Okay. Well, so that works. And I assume it should work with the car as well. The opening seems to be big enough. But let's also kind of finesse this a little bit and make it look a little bit better. Because right now it just like looks like it's completely just cut off. And I still need to put a little bit of a better or not a complete like here. This is a 7-Eleven or a motel, a type of road here. Should be more like a dirt road or something. All right, and let's take a look at this one here and kind of work on this entrance. So yeah, this is the thing that I really like about having Lumen just to since we're here. Um, and what was I looking for? Yeah, so It's definitely, uh, especially for, going from outside to inside, um, it's pretty telling. So let's turn this. Oh, I forgot this stupid thing with the console command down here. Oh my God. Let me turn that back on. Oh, hey, there's Sasan. Yeah, of course, of course. Let me turn back the Lumen, or whoops, that wasn't it. What I wanted to do is this one here. Yeah, okay, definitely. Let me start off with let me move that player start. Where was it? I have a few. Oh, that was a walk. I didn't realize that that bunker ended up being kind of big. So let me place this over here, and I'll show you a little bit of kind of with the weapons and a little bit of combat, and just to get an idea. If you just joined, let me place him on the ground because fall damage is gonna kill him. So of course, this card that you see here is drivable, and you can get NPCs to follow you. There's one mission. Somebody asked me in yesterday's stream where you can. Oh, what the heck? I thought I moved my. I guess I didn't move the right player start. Oh God. Sorry about that. That's this one. That's what happens when you have a bunch of these uh, start points. You gotta try and manage them up. So Miyaki, this is going to be for Windows to start off with. PlayStation and all that. It's just a uh, different level of headaches, which I'm going to try. See if it's any possibility. But it's going to be Windows to start off with. So I did. This is. Let me start this game here. I'm hoping that I'm loading that warehouse level as well, because there's a couple of enemies. I'm not. Damn it. I was going to show you some of the enemies as well, but let me see. Where was that rifle? At least I can show you a little bit of the some of the mechanics that I've just implemented recently. So with the rifle, um, just like the some of the effects that I've implemented this week. But let me do um, the combat as well. Uh, I was loading all these bunker levels, and I forgot to where I wasn't loading the one with the enemies in it. So one second. It is blueprints. There is some plugins that I use, like for dialogue with NPCs that are C++ and blueprints. And so, but yeah, I think 95% of it is blueprints. Yeah, blueprints is easy, is fast. Being working on this by myself, it's the most it's the quickest. Yeah, Roggy, that's what it is. I was playing around with let me just do that now that I'm here. I was playing around with this for the clip plane, um, especially for the for the water post-process volumes, and I think I just didn't get to bring it down to, I think it was at 5. Let me see how it looks. So let's do a little bit of combat with a bow. The bullets for the pistol and the rifle are I did not since I reworked them, I did not get around to make them so that they deal damage. So at the moment, it's only the bow that has that is dealing damage, and I think I might have I was playing I updated some of the ADS stuff, and it kind of went into this weird angle here, and I'm guessing I need to put it a little further down. So let's do the clip plane at 0. What is going on? I don't think it's the clip plane anymore. Um, so I need to adjust the ADS for the bow because I'm not sure why it ended up in this position, and it looks a little weird. So yeah, just a little bit of the combat when it comes to the bow. The rifle behaves the same way, just the different bullets. And of course, with the rifle, and the pistol, you get the recoil, and you have to, if you want to really aim, you gotta use ADS. But yeah, that's a little bit of stuff for that. Whoops, and this guy went under the decal. Hey, what are you doing, buddy? So yeah, there's still some kludgy things that I need to fix when it comes to equipping the weapons. And I was saying also about driving the vehicle and some of the other interactions with like the NPCs. With the NPCs you interact and there's like a dialogue. Also is available for the different missions that you're gonna get, and so that's also in place. But yeah, now I need to gather some of these functionalities and kind of bring them together. Um, and that's what I've been focusing on the past week or so. Like you've seen at the beginning of the stream, getting the plane and the jump out of the airplane to work. I just need to fix, when you land, so you kind of pass out and then you wake up and you start the game basically. So that's something that I need to fix. But I'm glad that during the stream we actually fixed um, you know, the ability to jump out of the plane. That was pretty important. Yeah, so as I was saying, where did I put this here? If we look at the rifle, when it comes um, um, to kind of the spread, what am I thinking of? The recoil. They work, both the pistol and the rifle work pretty similar. Like the rifle itself. And why did I do this? Oh, and I wanted to show you like the swimming as well. I forgot about that. So of course, once you enter the water, and this is what I was saying, with the post-process volumes. I still need to. This is something that I was playing around with last night, so I might just need to revert back the change to what I had before. And like I said, I spent way too much time on this post-process volume for it to not actually work properly. And with that blur that you see there, it just kills performance horribly. Let me just get out of it, as you can see. Um, okay, so the other thing that I wanted to show is this is kind of how you get your also, it's kind of like a little tablet for your at the top you can see the inventory and what you don't have, like they're all in red. I need to add, like the rifle and the bow. But you get the current mission and the direction to it. So, and the distance updates as well. So that way, I wanted to keep kind of as clean of a UI as possible. So that's how I ended up doing that. And as I was saying, if you if you hold down the trigger, it just like kind of, goes off and shoots like that. And you probably can see a little bit better on the water where there's like, um, and of course, in ADS, it also would also recoil, but it's it does shoot where you're actually pointing it. And I need to fix it. I mean, I need to look at this near clip plane because I did set it to 0, and it's not really changing much. What was the original one that I had it at? I'm not sure if this is kind of a restart the engine type of thing before the clip updates. But that's kind of an interesting little oddity there. Um, yeah, so that's some of it literally in a nutshell or real quick. Adir. All right. Well, let's get back to this entrance here and work on it a little bit. So let's try and just place these things around exit, best as I can, and also paint out the visibility layer here. See, hopefully this is going to be enough. Okay, just like that. That's good. Okay, no, this is not a spline. Oh, that's good to know. I didn't realize that the spline is not there anymore. Come on. It's interesting that it is for this one, but not for this one, which is the more visible one of everything else. I guess the original developer for this decided to kind of merge this down to, I think with the spline you can um, merge it into an actor, which would probably be more efficient, but you know, that would be when optimizing the game and not necessarily when just building a marketplace product. Okay, well, anyways, bummer. So let's just try and add a spline. All right, let's see. Place actors. Spline, general. Spline. Let's make sure that I also have the right level selected here. Let's get the actual tube. And now, of course, the placement of this. Thankfully, there's these little clamps that can overlap the section where I'm going to place this so that get a little bit of a not so, uh, you know, there's nothing there transition. Okay, that works pretty well. So now having this as a spline, hopefully will make things a little easier. Try to get them through these like little um, joiner pieces. I'm not sure what you would call these when it comes to like ventilation tubes and stuff. There we go. All right, so this one's almost there. Almost made it to the exit. All right, so something like that, just to get this tube outside. Okay, that can do. Can work pretty well. Let's also get this terrain painted a little bit better, and kind of like we've done around here, with some of these this debris that fell off um, the cave walls. Just try and place them alongside the edge. And the nice thing about it is that if people might not have seen this, I am using this IA scatter tool, which is tremendously helpful. Yes, yes, of course. Where did it end up being placed all the way down there? This is something that I've never figured out. If there's a way, if you place stuff outside of, like in this case, like I did, if there's a way to actually, um, kind of have that selected and like control click and move it to a different location, I believe there would be, but I didn't really figure it out. All right, so in here for the static mesh, I'm just going to use this little ground plane here. Let's do a little bit less of a, actually, I guess it's trying to spawn as many as it can. So even though I put 90, it's only going to be like about 25, 30 or so. But we need to make some adjustments here. And let's start by align to normal. That's one. And scale should be fine. But I wanted to the location. Let's see, where's the location at? To try and sync it down a little bit. So minus 10. Maybe that's a little too much. Minus 5 to minus 10. Yeah, that was a little too much. Minus 5 should be fine. And let's make the scale a little bit bigger. 1 to 1.5 maybe, kind of like that. And that brings us to a possibility of maybe syncing it a little lower. But the thing is, this area is a little big, so let's make it a little smaller. Um, and I actually think I'm probably going to do with a spline. So with a spline, you can control where these are being placed a little bit better than the area, I think. So starting off, let's say over here. And then we're going to try and then up at somewhere at the entrance. Oh, that's interesting. It actually worked on this surface as well, which is kind of cool. So let's just try and bring this towards the exit. Kind of like that. Let's see. There's a couple of there's quite a bunch of options to ignore collisions and ignore itself that I haven't really spent too much time as I would like on. So let's see. It was something related to trace complex, I believe. And ignore self. There we go. That's much better. And the other thing that I I should be adding to these is this particular mesh, actually, since it's just sitting on the ground like so. Let's take a look at its material. It should blend with environment. So this is for the exterior. Let's try and change this to the regular one. Which should have, it should be set up, I think, if I recall correctly, with the runtime virtual textures for the, yeah, as you can see, there we go. Kind of a nice, I think it's just, it's currently gathering the runtime virtual texture. Let's just try and move these up and down a little bit. That should get those details. Where's the gizmo? Where's the gizmo? Oh, there it is. Oh, I guess it finally grabbed the terrain info. So there we go. That kind of helps a little bit with the blending, like around here. It's kind of cool what the runtime virtual textures do. So without it, if I turn it off, it's like this, which is still not bad. This is a pretty decent mesh, but having it blend does help with that transition quite a lot. And I'm going to try and tweak it a little bit so it's not so strong, maybe. Just like that. Uh, maybe like this. Yeah, let's see, one. A little bit bigger distance to blend with. Okay, I think that works. So the nice thing with this, especially with some of these meshes that are just kind of randomly placed, they probably don't get, and they're aligned to normal. Like see, for example, these ones here. This is a really good example. Um, they kind of spawned uh, somewhat on top of each other, and I'm assuming maybe part of it is due to this point being in the ground. Let's see if we can help that out a little bit. So I'm just trying to play around with this best I can. I'm thinking it might be running into this road mesh here that has these tire tracks, and it's probably because this one might have collisions and it's colliding with it. Let me see if I was to, like, for example, hide it and then move this around a little bit to get it to spawn again. Nah, it doesn't seem to be. Still probably looking at the terrain. Just kind of trying to adjust these as best as I can. Let me see about this landscape and how it is. Maybe if I can smooth it out a little bit around here. Is there any smoothing happening? No, not really. It's interesting why they um, they got this pretty big cluster over here. Yeah, see they spawn okay over there, but this one in particular, what is this vegetation doing here? Let's try and paint a different layer. I don't think it would collide with that. I don't think it traces on the actual foliage like that, especially foliage with no collision. Okay, so that removed the foliage, but I don't think it's gonna help with these guys here. Let me try and kind of have a smaller number of meshes. All right, I thought I also said something for rotation. Let's do that. All right, that's definitely a lot better, though it's got a couple of that are they're still spawning a little off. Let me just place this in, because like right now, if I place this point in the ground, there's no collision that it does a trace. So I think that should work that way. There we go. All right, well let's try and bring these kind of towards the cave exit. And that way, if we keep the same number, it should be quite a bit less. So there we go. We got some of these that are placed around here and, with very minimal amount of work that I had to do, which is always nice to have. I'm going to need to extend some of these other ventilation shafts, like this one in particular. Um, and I'm not entirely sure why I messed around with the material. I actually just didn't compile properly. There we go. All right, so the other thing that I wanted to do is alongside the walls, I have some of these scatter meshes like this one here um, that I'm going to try and place, here and there to just, help with the transition. This kind of like hard line transition between the 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 kind of the tunnel wall and the ground, especially since this is kind of a flat terrain here. I'm going to try and adjust it once I place these, kind of adjust it in spots, you know, so just to adjust it along um, the placement of these, so if I place kind of a couple at the same time, say for example like that, I can also try and help with the terrain sculpt. Kind of bring it up like this, so around here. Around where it ends. Just like that. So yeah, that's starting to take shape. Definitely, just having a couple of these, it definitely took away from that transition. So let's take this side for example. Kind of like so. And that, for example, that one doesn't even need too much sculpting. I can do a little bit just to not have it be completely flat. Let's try and this type of, there we go. Yeah, so there it is. And once we add this this road spline, oh, and this one here got a little messed up. This whole section here. Is it just the lighting, or yeah, I got a little too aggressive with the sculpt on that. All right, so let's do the little road and see how this one's gonna look. And the nice thing with the spline is that you can just press end and then it's just gonna place it right on top of the whatever's below it. So there, having that road also adds to it as well. Of course, roads are nice. Whoa, how did that end up going that direction? I'm just gonna pull some of these points and then go about, uh, you know, placing them on the terrain. Just try and trace out the exit here. Oh, I did not want to delete that point. I just wanted to, there. That might have gone a little too low. There we go. And that brings it almost to the exit, which is what we wanted. And over here we can have a couple of these decals that I had here. Because I need to help with the transition between the two landscapes. So, maybe having some of these little road decals around here could potentially help. Kind of in that fashion, just to try that out. See if I was to position the sun at a different angle. Pretty nice. All right, but yeah, the position is going to be kind of coming from this end anyways. Oh, where did I have that before? Let's leave it there for now. All right, so the entrance is almost in place. Um, we can transition from the outside to inside on both ends of the bunker. So that's also good. And yeah, I've got a couple of things that I need to address before next week's stream. So yeah, that's I think that's going to be it for me for today. I'm going to try and focus on those little issues with the plane, you know, getting out of the plane, and of course once you land and getting the first mission. So I'd like to be able to show that next week, you know, kind of getting the first mission, you know, which would involve, you know, driving the vehicle and doing a couple of things as well as a little bit of combat. Hopefully have that by next week. Thank you everybody so much for stopping by. Hopefully it was something interesting to watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a great week coming up. All right, take care, everybody.